And this Saturday I went to my father. There is a lot of pictures on the wall, and my first picture I bought, I was 12 years old. My family is a family with a lot of culture, books, music and art. And a lot of artists came in our house, but a lot of these artists have no galleries, no representation. As a young person, this artist was very exciting for me. And I was thinking, once maybe you open a gallery or represent or make business. I started with a very tiny gallery, like a little bit bigger than this one, a little bit out of the center from Cologne. And I will become successful, and then I started to build 20 years ago this gallery space in Cologne. In that generation, photography was coming very fancy, modern. People like photography. And I was thinking, I'm young and I like to represent that medium, what it has to do with my generation. And looking at an artist, I found Tom Wood. So then I started to represent Tom Wood. And I asked him, which artist in photography you can recommend? And he said, oh, Lee Friedlander. I have never heard about Lee Friedlander. And then the next, Gary Winogrand. And this artist are until today in my gallery. So I was lucky to get that advice in that time from Tom Wood, but later on I know all the artists fine. The art world today, it's more transparent. It's a big change. It's also one artist, so it can be a good artist. Next week, see, it's not exist anymore. And that's a change from today. Everything is so much faster. The most galleries seem to make money in the way, fast money, and not represented artists in the long way. But the money point today, it's so important for a lot of people. For us, still, we do what we are believing in, and then I think the money will come, but it's not the first reason. Since 20 years I came here to Paris Photo. Paris was always our favorite city. And we always say, once when we can allow to do it, we make something small. And that was the point why we found that space. It's much more interesting today to focus on one piece of work, like the Helen Levitt exhibition. It was always a dream to have something in Paris. When Cologne was the first time the most important city in art, then Berlin came. And everyone said, why you don't move to Berlin or some other places? But I have always a relation to Paris. And it's a coincidence that Paris is now so mainstream at fashion and art. I was not thinking about this. I really am interested in younger artists, as employees, people working for me, younger people. And I like looking for younger artists, but it's not so easy. I'm looking for more, but it has to fit in my program to meet all these very interesting people from different culture, different world. It's amazing. The art world is really something surprising what kind of people you meet. You never will meet when you're working in the office.